This ready. 3, 2, 1, go! Is Boldcastify, the bold new way to podcast with your host.
Hello, my name's Clay.
My name's Jay.
My name's Jason.
This is Robert.
And Gary.
Alright, and this is Circle Up Prowl, Season 2, Episode 12. We're talking a little Jaguars. We've got the summer Teals.
Yeah. And I think less than 3 weeks.
Oh, man, I can't wait. I'm excited.
It's in the
We're
air.
getting there. Almost feel it. It's
Taste
so
it.
close.
I can feel my irrational positivity building up.
Hey,
It happens every year.
expectation is the prelude to all disappointment. So, I'm
This
going
is
into
true.
this year all right, 2-3 games.
We already,
Three games.
I already discussed it with everybody here at this table. The best season Blake Bortles ever had, he spent about a month with Tom House. We spent like 2 months with Tom House this year. That means he's throwing 70 touchdowns.
So that 35 is going to go to 70, huh?
That just makes sense. Yeah,
That's
math.
logic.
I'm a math guy. I'm a big math guy.
So I was listening to 1010 today, right? And I think it was Prosser or one of them were talking. And his not only his interception, but do you know he has the most fumble turnovers by a quarterback in the NFL?
Wow, so the Colts at the end of the
So
year.
if you combine, was he 2 in interceptions last year? It's pretty high. And then number 1 in fumbles, he's the most turnover quarterback in the entire NFL.
Wow.
If you eliminate that,
You mean Blake?
if you eliminate those turnovers, right?
At least cut him
I'm going to be straight up honest with you right now. Last year they should have played Brandon Allen the last 2 games.
Yes, I totally
And
agree.
if that mentally breaks your quarterback, he's not your quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
agree.
I mean, people say, "Oh, we can't do that. It's going to break his." No, for me, if you sack me for somebody else, dude, I'm going to be fired up.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
pissed. I'm trying harder. And what do they have to lose?
They had nothing to lose last year.
But there was
the
a
only
lot
thing they
of
had
talk
to
about
lose last year was Doug Marrone getting the
Head
coaching job.
He was going to get it.
And I'll tell you this, to be honest with
feels
you,
like
the first game, great. The second game, kind of like, I was like, ugh, because we were whooping ass, and then they just went,
Hey, you know
he just
why?
went conservative.
Well, you know why they
Those 2
lost
fumbles.
that game? Blake Bortles lost 2 fumbles. Everything else played pretty good.
And what about those fumbles off the feet of running backs? That was
I'm going to tell you right now, that
times.
that is like when life is just shoving stuff down your throat in the bad way. That's what that is.
Hey, say
Yeah.
what you will about the Jaguars. They led the NFL in interceptions off the feet.
When you set back and you try to do the right thing and throw it into the ground, and it bounces off his feet into a guy's hands, and literally you look at Blake and he just is like, "Are you kidding me?" He puts his hand. He's always doing this number.
Yeah,
Like,
you're like,
his head was- but like that's one of those where you're like, I was watching that play and they're coming in on him. I'm like, all right. He goes to spike him into the ground. I'm like, all right, that's smart.
Yeah.
Hits with his feet, bounce up, interception. I was like, this is the Jaguars. This is us. This is our luck. There is a thing as bad luck.
Because
Yeah.
Jaguar.
Just
It's just like your stadium was buried on a Native American burial ground.
and now you're cursed.
Yes.
And now you're
Forever. Poltergeist of the
Something. I'm not sure, but
Pet Cemetery.
I just
At
don't
least
know.
we're better than the Browns.
Well, they got a better winning percentage than the Jaguars over the last 7 years, right?
I think.
Please don't ruin my night by telling me that.
We are not the Browns.
We are not the
Turns
Browns.
out we're not keeping pace with the Browns. we are not the Browns.
You want to know something though? If you look at this roster, we are legitimately the most talented we've been on paper in a while.
Yes, that's what kills me. And
100%.
last year.
So that's why I think coaching had a big thing to do with it. But
Oh, absolutely.
we retained pretty much everyone except for Bradley.
Well,
No.
it worked. It worked for the New York Giants.
I mean, we got rid of
Wide receiver coach.
wide receiver coach.
I don't think was that big of a deal.
And he was like literally one of the best wide receivers coached in the league.
Yeah,
guard
Coach
ass.
Thunder.
But now we got
Coach
Keenan in there,
Yeah,
bringing
Coach
some
Thunder.
attitude, right?
Yes.
Like we need some pissed off receivers.
You got to have Leon in there,
Yeah.
man. He's one of the best guys to coach him off.
But that is
Ramsey, Bouye.
yeah.
I mean,
talented. Is that the best quarterback duo in the NFL?
I think they have.
It's arguably.
I think they're going to prove to be this year.
Arguably,
I think they're going to be top.
I think they are. I think
You have to see it on paper.
Can we get some pass rush? Can Ngakoue? People want to talk about Fowler. Is he going to? No, dude, Ngakoue. Ngakoue killed it last year.
Yeah.
Like I think he's got a higher ceiling. Now Fowler's got that.
Fowler is miscast. Honestly, he should be a linebacker. That's what he played at Florida most of the time.
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate.
Florida did him a disservice by moving around so much. Like, he never settled into a position.
Yeah.
But at best, he's an outside linebacker. Probably in a 3-4. Probably not in Jacksonville. That's probably his best shot. His best situation is probably not.
In a 3-4, ideally, it would be.
I hope Calais Campbell comes in and brings some nasty with him.
Yeah,
Calais is going to eat some worlds. Calais is going to be really good. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm not totally gonna.
We got to get some pass rush, man.
Yeah,
Yes, 100%.
We got to get to the quarterback.
and even if you're stunned to have to get in the pass rush, I'm cool with it.
I don't give a damn. You got to get to him.
Yeah, I remember.
I want mean, nasty defense, and I think that's what they're going to bring. I think there was a great picture. It was Ramsey sitting on the sideline, chewing on his mouthpiece, tears streaming down his face.
Yeah,
And he was tired, losing.
He had lost more.
Like, dude, he lost more
Week 10.
than he had lost probably his entire football career.
Yes, he did.
In high school and in college.
I know exactly when that was, because the play before, he had timed the snap for a field goal, and he was going to block the kick to keep the game alive. He just barely missed it, and then the emotions got him.
Well, see, that's a guy that's
He's putting on 100%.
That's a guy that's putting
He's
it on
always
his
putting it on
back.
his
You remember when he was it the Texans? Who was it where he got that pass break up at the very end?
Yes.
It was the Texans because he played him. He played
DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins tight for a while.
That's his son.
And then DeAndre Hopkins got away from him for a little bit, and then he wrangled him back in.
He got him right back in.
He literally got one first down on a third down play.
Yeah.
Congratulations, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, so he shut him down. Jalen Ramsey is going to be one of the best, if not the best, corners in the league.
Oh yeah, hands down.
He's going to be on Revis status. He's going to be on Deion Sanders status.
Yeah.
Except for he's not going to touch the ball as much as Deion. He's not going to punt return or nothing. But, I mean, and with Deion wasn't really a shutdown. Deion was kind of like a ball hawk.
Yeah,
Deion was afraid to tackle. Ramsey ain't afraid to tackle. Ramsey come and pop
Deion was afraid to touch.
Yeah, Ramsey's different because Deion had way better ball skills. He's getting to intercept the ball a lot more than Ramsey would. Ramsey's going to break away.
And that who he has there,
it's going to be great.
And, Sip's gone, so.
Thank God.
What do you think with the addition of Church, then?
Is
Is that a net average?
I feel like it is.
I think Church is a liability in coverage like Sip was.
Yeah.
And Sip may be a better tackler.
Yeah.
I mean, now Church may be in a better position.
He definitely is.
Church may be in a better position. I haven't watched a lot of tape on Church. I haven't really, watched him a whole lot because I'm not really a Cowboys fan. But
the only
and he's hurt right now anyway. Isn't he?
Yep. He's been injury prone.
What's up with dude? I know this might be a topic later on, a bullet later on, but what is up with Sample?
Is he real?
I
think
think it's fantasy.
That was one of my notes. One of my notes said, "Is James Sample a real person? Find proof." Yeah, that was my bullet point.
It is true.
He broke his arm the first year. He came in and I'm like, all right,
exists.
he's gonna come with Cyprian. When they first got him, I'm like, we're gonna have two strong safeties.
Dude,
We're gonna kill people.
Sample.
Then he came in and got a little hurt, right? He broke his arm.
Yep.
He just couldn't stay healthy. So the next year, Sip was just okay, Sip's not doing great at all. He's not doing good.
Yeah, we thought we were going to replace them.
So we're going to replace him with Sample. Sample's going to get some reps, and then he doesn't even make it to the start of the season. He has not played one game for us.
So
That's how bad our safety position was. The 3 games James Sample did play, he was an upgrade.
Were they even legit regular season games?
Yeah.
I don't think he's played a regular season game.
think they benched.
I think they're preseason.
They benched the safety. They did bench a safety. I can't.
Oh no, I think you're right. And he got hurt. I don't know if it was even 3 games. It might have been 3 plays.
Very long.
I think they benched Josh Evans, right?
I think it might have been Evans.
Okay, I think
That's
I'm
right.
And the safety play elevated.
Yeah.
When made up James Sample went in.
And he came down. I remember that. He came down and he lit that dude up. Oh, dude.
Yep.
He came downhill,
That's when he was
came through and lit that dude up and got a stinger in his neck.
Yep.
And was gone for the rest of the year.
If he does anything cool, But I mean,
This is
they've already moved on from him.
Some people have. That's the thing about football, man. It's like some people just have bodies that are built tough, but they just break down. They get freak injuries, man. They just can't stay healthy. And how's the old saying go? Is the best player is the available player or something like that?
Availability supersedes playability. Ability.
Yeah, it's like if I can't coach you, if you're not available, I can't play you.
Right.
And Marone said that. Marone's like, you got to practice. Like if you can't, because I think someone was asking him about what was one of our free agents we got that's been hurt. Oh. I don't think it was Church. Oh God, it's hurts. I don't think it was Church. It was
remember Julius Thomas breaking his thumb like the first play.
Dude, you want something? Do you remember that hit? I thought he tore his knee up. They hit him low, and he went head over heels.
Yes.
Oh my God! I thought when he was slow getting up, I'm like, there's his ACL.
I seriously thought it was
that. I looked over at him.
Talk about Julius Thomas. What a disappointment.
He
disappointed.
But you know it was right after that.
He got fat too.
It was awful. Like we got nothing out of him.
Well, he was never that skinny.
And that could have been how they used him. I mean,
it was.
And a lot of it was how they used him. He just was not used right.
Because we never saw a two tight end. Excuse me. We never saw a two tight end set.
Literally once. You got Mercedes and Julius. I thought they would do the dual tight end set a bunch. I think they literally did it once.
The offense was not very conducive to having Julius
No.
in it at all. It just
That's
wasn't.
because the run game was such trash.
Right. If you would have had a more balanced run-in attack, you could have gotten a little more proficient in a number of aspects.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I mean, the running. We all know everything's going to go through the running game this year anyway. So,
this year is a whole different animal.
Feed Fournette.
yeah, feed him.
But on that note, what's up with the line? So are we going to do what we've done for the last 3 linemen? Are we going to move them? Are we going to not play them at the position that they played off the college? Is that what we're going to do with Robinson?
Well, we're going to move people back.
Is that what we're going to do with Robinson? Are we going to move him from his position to
He might
another
not even
position?
play, based on what they're saying, which is crazy.
Which would be ludicrous.
They're talking about moving Brandon Linder from center back to guard. They're talking about moving AJ Cann from one side to the other side.
Well, here's the thing.
Which is his natural side.
Which is his natural side, which he should have played the whole freaking time.
Yes.
And
I would have been perfectly fine with that.
Linder should. I don't know. It's hard to say because we're not.
It's hard to say because Linder's so good at whatever.
Linder should probably stay at center, right? Because
who's going to play center?
It's about Malenko or Shatley.
I love Malenko.
I think maybe if you put Malenko there, Linder at right, and then take Cam back to left where he's always been, right? And then
You're almost.
they're talking about putting Robinson at right guard over Parnell, which he's a left guard, or left tackle.
Right.
Unfortunately,
Right.
I haven't heard that. I've heard that it's either going to be Cam at left guard, at left tackle, or nothing for Cam. I would love to see Cam get right guard snaps because I haven't seen anything from Purnell that makes me confident.
He didn't play well last year. Neither did Cam. Cam didn't play that well last year.
The coaching staff is convinced that it's just injuries with Purnell.
Yeah, he was injured.
The first year he was decent. Last year he played
is the best you could say.
Yeah, last year he didn't play well.
So I guess it's just bad.
I mean,
so Brandon Albert left tackle does feel ideal.
Yeah, because we went out and spent some money on him. So
he's a Pro Bowler.
Yeah,
Pro Bowl left tackle sounds great to me. As long as he's healthy, he's our left tackle. That's how I feel about it.
So here's how it should go. This is what I think. I think left tackle, Albert. Left guard, what did Robinson play in high school? In Alabama? He was left tackle, right?
Left tackle the whole time.
He was a right tackle?
Left tackle.
Left tackle?
He's too legit.
Man, so see, you spent that money on Albert, and then you went out and got
Yes.
Well, there is no guaranteed money on Albert. So, if we
and there's no guaranteed period with Albert.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to last the whole season, probably.
Which kind of sucks because he is a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is,
that's why
there's no guarantee. You could put him at left tackle. You could put Robinson over right if you want.
Yeah, and then
or you put him at left guard. Because guess what? It teaches him teaches him right guard, coaches him up, gives him a new style, something he's not used to, and then you can always kick him back around.
It's true.
So here's a comparison. Like, I don't know if any of you ever boxed or anything like that, right? Or have you ever thrown a baseball?
Yep.
Okay, so you're right-handed, whatever you are, right-handed, right?
Lefty.
You get your lefty. You ever go out and say, okay, I want you to throw a ball right-handed at a high level?
couldn't.
So when you're people want to say it's so easy for like a left guard to be a right guard or a right guard to be a left guard. It's like saying it's going to be so easy for a regular fighter to just switch to southpaw. Everything's
Absolutely
different.
not. No, it's definitely not easy.
Everything's different. Oh, it's just okay. You're just moving like this now instead of like this. Well, it's all different. Like it's completely.
It's world's difference.
Yeah, it's not as easy as it, especially at such a high level.
Yes.
Like
To be
it's
good at it.
your plant foot, everything to be able to go up against like
The other person that is
JJ Watt
the
and
other place,
some of these guys that are insane. Like
Doing how athletic he is, they said he could play right tackle.
I
And-
believe
and pick
there's
up very
special
well.
people that I believe can. But we've literally moved around the last.
Oh, no, I
three-
agree.
The last 3 offensive draft picks that we took, are not offensive, but the last 3 offensive linemen, we moved them around from their
Prowl
unnatural
was drafted as a quote-unquote right tackle, who they moved to left tackle, who they moved to left guard.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that's a really good way to treat a number 2 overall pick.
yeah, exactly.
So there's a lot of that.
And then Linder comes in, and what did he play his first year? Left guard.
Yep.
Okay.
Great at it.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, we're gonna move to center, and everyone's like, God damn, here we go again. And they move him to center, and he kills it. And now they're like, oh, we're gonna move him from center. Like literally, he was almost a Pro Bowl center.
Yeah,
Like could have been, but we're in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You know, we don't get we don't get the coverage. We don't get the
Yeah.
the
I think it was right guard. Was it right guard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was right guard.
Yeah, it was right guard.
Yeah. So I don't know. Well, the line is going to be. We have a lot of questions, man.
Yeah.
The line is a lot of questions because that's where your weakness is, and because
And the quarterback.
that's what
Honestly-
you need to be half-ass built because that's where Fournette's going to be running through.
I feel kind of
that's what's keeping
confident
the quarterback
in our. I feel kind of confident in our run game, like with Ivory and Fournette. I think, but again with the line, you know,
The line,
There's a good line in there somewhere.
there's definitely going to be one side of the line that they will run through the
and this is
most.
Marone's thing. He's an offensive line
Yes.
coach. Like that's his thing. He better do good at it.
And you do the
honestly-
line going in the
And
draft.
honestly, though,
Personally.
Yeah.
Pro Football Focus, which I can't stand
I
very
can't
much, they and I hate to even quote them because it's such garbage, but I will. They blamed the line on two interceptions for us last year. 2. That's it. So if you listen to that, I mean, the line
All the
wasn't
picks,
boring.
They
They
say
basically
2 of them
say
are on the
rules.
line.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I think that most Jaguars fans would probably come to like, well, as the biggest, I hope like hell Blake works out.
And look, that's
As
what
the
we
biggest
want.
supporter of Blake, Blake's the biggest problem by far.
Like no one's rooting against him. That's our franchise guy so far right now. Like, we want him to do
Yeah,
well.
because
Like,
the odds
but from what we've seen, do you feel that confident? Like, do you go into this season saying, "All right, he's going to make the league. This is the year."
No.
I don't, man. Because last year he came out in preseason, he looked like a world beater. He came out, boom, 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 boom,
and
touchdown on the first drive. It was like, oh shit! Take him out. Second game, boom, 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 touchdown on the first drive.
And
boom,
then-
boom, boom, touchdown on the second
And then
drive.
the first
Boom,
game-
field goal. You're like, oh, the offense looks great.
And then the first game of the season against
Green Bay,
you're like, okay,
and he made
We
the
have
turnover
to-
at the end.
we made a turnover. But you're like, you left there, and you're like, woo, got a quarterback.
Exactly, because Green Bay was going to be the world beaters, right?
Right,
And they ended
yeah.
up not being that good.
Yeah,
And we were
true.
supposed to be, what's going to happen? What's going to happen with it? So that first game was like fool's gold, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
sure
that
it
pass to
was.
Julius, he had a perfect pass to Julius for a touchdown to end the first half against Green Bay. And it gave me these wildly unrealistic expectations. It was so on the money. Oh my god.
They
I
even
thought I was
came
going
out-
to see that all year.
Yeah.
They even came out and said after the a little while after the game, a couple weeks later, and then during the offseason that they put a lot of stock in that Green Bay game, and that Green Bay game kind of sitting and spiraling. Because that's how much they expect.
Oh, yeah, that broke their spirit. Yeah. The first game of the year.
Maybe
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why they looked like such garbage against the Chargers.
Yeah,
Dude, the Chargers, the West Coast has our number.
yeah, it does.
We cannot go out there and win.
one time.
Do we got to go out there this year? Please tell me we don't.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We should beat 49ers.
But that's all.
Look at the unrealistic expectations already. Yeah, we
So
should.
hey, at least we get the LA Chargers here.
I play them in the StubHub Arena, whatever they're playing in.
Yeah.
They're playing in a 30,000 seat
Philip Rivers owns us.
soccer stadium.
We make him look like a freaking.
Oh man, And that'll add insult to injury if we actually lose to Gus Bradley.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
he's
I'm
the
ready
defense
for it.
coordinator for the Los Angeles
I liked
Chargers.
Gus. I wanted him to succeed.
Yeah, so did
he was
I.
a cool dude.
He was.
He was
Great
a horrible
guy,
head
personable.
coach. He is literally, statistically, the worst head coach of all time.
Oh, we're aware. We're very aware.
They let that.
That's what we get. Like, we get a guy who's like considered the best next prospect for coaches, like head coaches.
Yeah.
We kind of like, oh hell yeah, and he's like fired up, and then we just like,
He should have had to walk home. They should not have given him a run.
He should have had to walk home and
Walk
should
home
have
from
got
Houston.
put up.
it was
I like it.
it was bad.
It was still pretty awkward.
Well, why did you fire him? Good time to go on the bus.
All right, Pelosny, is he here for opening day? Is Paul Pelosny a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars for opening day?
I think it depends on how Jack does.
Did
They drafted a linebacker too, right? Didn't we draft a linebacker?
Yeah, and we picked up one in free agency. We picked up one in free agency.
So we picked up a
I think
guy
they might
who
try to
we
Teals.
said we're
I think so.
committed.
Which I think would be a bad move.
Think so?
maybe. Yeah.
I think it would be a bad move, but I see where you're going with it. I mean, it makes sense. He doesn't want. He never wanted to move down the middle.
We picked up a guy who we said we're committed to play at strong side. Well, we also said we're committed to play Miles Jack in the middle, so I think they already had their contingency plan.
Tevin's weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not moving Telvin off the starting line.
I don't think so.
They're talking about maybe letting Telvin. I've heard
Oh,
people say
shoot,
maybe letting
yeah,
Telvin
man.
walk.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've heard the same.
Are you insane?
I've heard the same thing
Yes.
because he's undersized for what they want on their defensive line, which blows my fucking mind.
Yeah.
He's one of the best players on our defense.
Yes, hands down, probably the
If he hits the free market, if he hits free agency, he's going to a legit
Contender.
contender.
Yep, instantly.
And if
He's
they
going
let him
to-
go, because here's their thing, they're going to let him go and move Jack there. So you're going to take something that may be for something that is.
Yeah.
That would be us. That would be the Jaguars.
He's going to
I
more
won't
like
think
Atlanta,
about that.
Seattle,
Dude,
Dallas.
think about the contracts that are coming up, right? Just think about this.
Oh,
You got
yeah,
Robinson
we're
coming up. You got Linder coming up. You got Smith coming up.
Yeah.
One of those three ain't going to be here.
Yes.
It was just dumb.
I mean, if you think about it, that's
Yes.
big money for all
It's
three.
gonna
If you had to
something.
pick one of those three to not be here, which
That's
one would it be?
That's tough.
Probably Robinson, honestly.
That's the one that I think won't want to sign here.
But the
Yeah.
rumor is Robinson is not expected to sign. That's the word on the street.
Really? Why? He wants to go somewhere else.
He's already interested in
Winning.
shopping,
Winning.
looking at his options, should I say?
Well, let me ask you this: what if we come in and go 11-5 this year, or what if we go 10-6?
Yeah, I mean, there's
Or
always
make the playoffs a wild card?
Well, I'm sure if that was to be a possibility, that would probably change a lot of expectations. And
They
the
should have
reason-
freaking
rationale.
waited and not gave Hearns the money, and then waited and gave Robinson the money.
Yeah.
They can still give both of them the money.
Yeah,
Well, Hearns got the money already. He's tied up, and they got him cheap. To be
Yeah,
honest
even-
with you.
even
Relatively cheap.
Yeah.
$40 million ain't that much. Yes.
Well, think about it. If Linder wants 40, and Tella wants 40, and Robinson wants 40, that's 120 million.
So that's some money right there. That's some cash.
We're actually
But it's
going.
the NFL, so like a quarter of that is guaranteed anyways.
That's true.
So it's fine.
So you're looking at like 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Depending.
That's pretty doable all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Telvin go. I love Telvin, man.
I
And
love
like,
Telvin, man.
I would almost say, as much as I hate to say Robinson, I don't know.
He's
They're
one of
not
my favorite.
letting
He's
him
one of my favorite players.
Yeah, I don't think they're winning.
And
As rare as
I think they would let Smith leave and try to keep Robinson.
as rare
I
as
think they would
the
keep Smith
receiver is in Jacksonville.
I mean, Linder Robinson and try to get Smith.
yeah, I don't think they value the outside linebacker position.
No.
Which is crazy.
Because they got Jack. They're probably looking at it as like,
No,
Right.
because they don't think it's a valuable position, just in general.
and it is, man. Smith is a beast. He's all over the field. He's flying all around, making tackles.
He's been like second in the league.
So do you
Tackles.
think, so back to this question, do you think Puss is here?
No.
No. What you think, man? Yes, no, Puss here, start of the season? Play?
Wow, really? We're going full sweep?
I guess not.
I think he'll be here.
Well, okay.
I think they'll find a partner to cheer him out.
Well, here, how about this way?
He's still
I think more than likely he probably actually will be here.
All right.
Because this team's going to cold feet because we don't know life without Pelosny right now.
All right.
And you've got a young,
Coughlin's here, that he'll
smoke. True,
Yeah.
you would. But you got a
Just send anyone out.
young Mike that you're trying to coach up there, and you're doing your best to get everything that Paul knows into minds.
Yeah, and I agree.
Everything
All
you
right.
can in a short window.
Here's the thing. Just pause to bring this question into the future. Does pause make it through the entire 16-game season on our roster? No, without a doubt. And
I would say if there's an opportunity to trade him during the season,
I
I would
think
be
he misses all
100%.
year. I don't think he's
Yeah.
going to start. I don't think he misses all year.
Yeah,
I would say if there's an opportunity to
I
trade
think
him,
he is going to end of the year.
yeah,
Yeah.
he'll be going for the end.
yeah. I love
That would be the
I love
catch.
the guy. He is a consummate pro.
Yes.
I mean,
All right. Well, let's skip over to this real quick before we hit news and notes around the NFL. What do you think about D'Angelo Williams' comments about not wanting to come to the Jacksonville Jaguars?
All right, 750 yards average for his career year.
trash, garbage.
Next.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And he's like, oh, this 49ers, the worst team in the NFL, like one of the worst teams in
He's
the
probably
NFL.
like 49 years old anyway, so
Yeah.
Why would I care about what a 34-year-old running back thinks of?
Oh, no, I agree. I just wanted to say, fuck D'Angelo Williams.
yeah, hands down.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So, step on a little around the NFL. Forbes released their world's most valuable teams from around the league or around sports, period. The Dallas Cowboys, imagine that, top the charts at $4.2 billion, popping up 5%. Yankees come in at number 2. Manchester United, number 3. Barcelona and Real Madrid pop in number 4, 6. And the Patriots, Knicks, Giants, 49ers, Lakers, and Redskins top out the top 10.
That's weird. Redskins can't even pack out their stadium.
Yeah,
that brand.
They
brand, though.
They
There
have
must be a bad fan base because they have tarps.
They have FedEx boxes.
Oh, yeah, it's true. They have
Colored
FedEx
FedEx boxes.
Come on, man, get with it. Anyways, the Jacksonville Jaguars made a meteoric jump, 32%.
24? Huh? From 24th to 25th.
We are 42
Oh, 42.
out of 50
Overall,
Shit.
in the
How is
whole
that?
sports.
This is all sports.
Okay, he's right. We're like the 25th in the NFL.
In the National Football League, yes, we are.
I can deal with that.
We are more valuable than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How's that?
Yes, we just jumped the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What are they doing down there?
Have you been to that stadium? I used to go to CRC all the time.
All right.
Fly by Raymond James off the
Right there.
Off,
All right.
It
Dale
is not
Mabry.
as nice as it looks.
They
It's
have
all
flag
nice.
twirlers. That-
No, it was a nice stadium when they first built it. It honestly, in my opinion, it was nicer than the stadium we had here for a while.
How
Not
did they,
now.
how did they
But now it's
be in
not.
that stadium? That's so bizarre.
They never did anything. Our stadium has matured over time. The lady has grown. She's blossomed. Her bosoms have grown. Whatever you want to do.
World's largest bosoms.
They are the world's largest bosoms.
That's a euphemism for video boards.
However you want to put it. For Ray J, Ray J has gotten sterile, flat-chested, and probably has a case of the herpes.
And they got flag twirlers.
Yes, they do. And some really annoying cannons.
Whoa, my
You want to raise the value of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Get rid of that cannon.
Don't run on the field to Nickelback. Mistake number 1.
Because I remember going down there in a previous life, watching the old sombrero when it's all bleacher seating. That was an atrocity, but it was cozy because you knew what you had. But it was still in the same area where the Ray J is. There was nothing around it. Nothing. Tampa's problem. Not to
There's a
get
good
off.
Starbucks nearby.
Huh?
There's a good Starbucks nearby.
I'm sure there probably was then too.
Very good Chili's.
Maybe. My point is, their problem for these stadiums they built, you're on a bay. Why don't you have a stadium on the bay? That's your issue. Just saying.
Too
You should be
expensive.
on the water. Anywhere near the water. They're not.
Honestly, it's very rare to have a stadium as prime of a location as we got in Jacksonville. Like, the 49ers had to build theirs 45 minutes away from San Francisco. The Bills have had their stadium 45 minutes away from Buffalo.
I thought
The Giants play in New Jersey.
Chicago's got a pretty nice setup.
Very
Yeah.
rare.
Yeah, they're right there. But they've been there forever. That stadium's been there goddamn 100 years.
They've retrofitted it and retrofitted it.
Right, but the stadium location's been there.
Gotcha.
You got Green
The
Bay,
biggest-
Chicago, Jacksonville.
The biggest
That's
jump.
us. That's the pillars of the NFL: Green Bay, Chicago, and Jacksonville.
Yes, 100%. Right there. How'd you know Jacksonville's right on the list?
Yeah, Pittsburgh's down.
Sorry, Pittsburgh too, yeah.
No one cares about Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
That
no,
was
relocation.
But the biggest jump on the list on Forbes chart overall was, of course, the Los Angeles Rams, jumping a whole whopping,
They're goddamn games.
jumping a whole 100% in value.
Because
they went to LA.
There you go. Doesn't matter about selling out their games. Come on.
They couldn't.
they couldn't even their first year.
It doesn't
couldn't even
matter.
sell out their games.
They swapped that St. Louis for LA.
It's called the Jeff Fisher effect.
Toss that golden arch out the door.
Jeff Fisher.
Moving on, we've got Aaron Rodgers saying that he's on the back nine of his career. What do y'all think?
I believe he is.
Yeah.
Think about wrapping it out?
I don't think talent-wise he's on the back nine. I think he's like just he seems like a smart dude. He's probably got to make my money. I did my thing. Like I'm gonna do.
Right.
He doesn't want to pull Brett Favre.
And what's the back nine? Is that 4 more years? I mean, think about it. 4 more years he's been in the league. What?
38.
But then you've got Tony
38.
Romo saying that talking about Aaron Rodgers can play till he's 45. So that's
How old was Manning when he retired?
That's a long back nine.
40.
Aaron Rodgers got drafted in 2007.
How old's Brady? 39.
Yes, I believe so.
Brady, I think, is a little older than that.
Maybe like 38, 39, somewhere in there.
Aaron Rodgers got drafted in 2007.
But
But
he-
he lasts another 7 years. That's a pretty good career.
But
Yeah.
okay, but he did not actually start until his
No.
his second contract.
He started, it took him 3 years to start.
Yeah.
So he got drafted in 06, so he didn't start till 09?
Yeah.
09, 10, somewhere in there.
So I mean, yes, he technically could play until he's 45. Will he? More than likely, probably not.
Fair enough. All right. Calvin Johnson said he did not see an opportunity to win in Detroit. He said that in media across the pond. So that probably contributed to him retiring.
Yeah, without doubt.
Thoughts made Barry Sanders retire early.
Detroit, where you go to
Die.
run away.
Where you lose your passion for the game.
Hey, man,
Sure.
Calvin Johnson's. That's what we're talking about, right?
Yep.
He stayed loyal for so long.
He did. God bless him. I mean, he busted his ass for
Barry
the
Sanders
damn
has the right to shit talk Detroit now.
I'm not. I mean, I guess anyone has the right to say what they want to say, but I probably wouldn't if that was. I mean, did they do him dirty? They didn't really do him dirty.
No, they really
He
did.
retired
They
then,
paid
right?
millions of dollars to not win games. That's what they did.
But as a competitor, you want to win at 8.
Yeah.
Not to
Yeah,
win, I
but what if
promise
they
you.
gave you the biggest contract they can give you?
I'd be happy with the money. I'd be mad about losing, but I'd be happy with the money.
At a certain point.
I probably wouldn't shit talk them. You know, it depends on like if you're in that organization and you know the deep depths of it, and they didn't really do the certain things that they could have done to win, and not everyone knows that, I can see where he's pissed.
And that's,
But is that the case?
where it
We don't know.
shows when you see him walk away, and you saw Barry walk away 20 years ago?
Barry walked away because Detroit. What he said, we're not going to win here. I don't want to take for no one else, and I want to be healthy.
Right.
You know,
And that was a very similar conversation Calvin Johnson had with the media.
Just less Detroit positive.
Yeah.
I love how Mauricio Drew has yet to drag us.
He hasn't.
Like he
He
hasn't
won't.
thrown us under the bus.
Well, he's a Jaguar.
He really should have, because his greatest years were wasted on really bad teams.
Anyways, to wrap up around the NFL, we had Donald Trump's. It came out that he was in an interview talking about the Dallas Cowboys,
Small
and
potatoes.
that he said
Just watch small potatoes.
He is small potatoes.
he is
Just watch small potatoes. He destroyed that league. $2 check.
I could be watching football right now if it weren't for fucking Donald Trump.
Yeah, dude, they could have been the NFL. They were competing. They had Steve Young, Herschel Walker. They were legit.
Who was the Bills quarterback?
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly started.
Dude, the USFL had Marcus Dupree. They had like legit
There was so much
stars, dude.
They gave the bigger contracts.
Yes,
And here's
that's
the,
what
yeah,
that's what raised
and
the
here's the
bar.
thing: is they played in the spring too.
Yes.
So you had like
Dude, you're right.
Trump came in. He wanted to get to the NFL. The NFL would not let him in. He came in to the USFL because they let him in. He was like, "Oh, well, we need to compete with the NFL. We don't need to play in spring. We can play in the fall." Dumb.
Very dumb.
And
And
they
that's
had a
what it
huge
is.
lawsuit that destroyed them, and they won the lawsuit, and they got a $2 check.
I remember that.
And he kept it. Dude, on Small Potatoes, when that guy says, they had the interview, and he's like, they're talking. He's like, I can't believe he gave me the interview. And then they're talking, and he's like, so do you stop? He's like, what, the check? Interview over. He ruined them.
He ruined the entire USFL. The USFL had so much promise and potential. The stars and everything. They were, compared to the AFL in the 60s, they were probably the best chance of having a league compared to the NFL.
They were rivaling the NFL.
Damn Gator Bowl for a bad team in Jacksonville.
Jacksonville Bolts.
Yeah.
But this Donald Trump interview, it came out earlier today, a couple days ago, that it was leaked that Trump says he feels sorry for any poor sap that buys the Cowboys.
He's an idiot.
From 1984. This was the time when he was going into the USFL because they wouldn't let him buy.
Because he's not a good businessman. He was gifted money. He leases his name out. He's not a good businessman. He doesn't own shit.
He's bankrupted like 3 times.
He's not a great businessman. He's not. He's a...
There were 3 or 4 available or still available, including, of course, the Dallas Cowboys. I could have literally bought an NFL club for $40, $50 million, but it would have been established. You could have just, it would have been laterally.
And what's Dallas worth right now? They're the most expensive. They're what, $2.4 billion?
They're worth more than Real Madrid.
$4.2 billion.
How much?
4.2.
Okay, so double what I just said.
Double. Yeah.
Like, are they the largest?
Yeah,
they are the top of the list.
Yeah, exactly.
So he said, sorry, I feel sorry for the poor sap who buys the Cowboys, while Jerry Jones, I'm sure, is going,
Because Jerry Jones knows what he's doing.
yes.
Like Jerry Jones on the country. Shit.
Well, would Jerry Jones know what he's doing if he didn't have the Herschel one trade?
Probably not to the same equation, but
How wild is that? One trade netted him Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Nevin Smith.
That was literally the best GM move people's ever made. Like, one of the best they've ever made. I mean, that is absolutely insane. And he did that. That was him. He was the GM.
Yeah. They gave him a full pass for a...
That was not just owner. That was GM. Yeah, exactly.
He didn't have to be a good GM for another decade, and he wasn't.
No, he hasn't been. But now he just got Prescott and Elliott, which could be like a throwback to that.
But that's the thing. Along with that, it gave him a lot more credibility for Jerry.
Oh, yeah, hands down.
But even if he didn't have that, his marketing scheming, the things he's done for the league, because, I mean, he's the one that allowed them to do separate merchandising. He's the one that went with Pepsi instead of Cub. He's done so much personal licensing schemes. He's been so revolutionary from a marketing scheme.
Yeah, he was the first person to
that's why Jerry World's so revolutionary.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's bring it back to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Training camp. Who's your focus?
What is my focus? Besides quarterback, because I think it's always going to be all of our focus. We can't tell anything until they actually live fired. I think it would be offensive line for me.
I got 2 things.
What's up?
Offensive line is clearly number 1 with a bullet. Who knows what we do there? Number 2 is pass rush.
True.
Because we got some really intriguing pieces there. We drafted a guy in the 3rd round. We got his teammate undrafted. And the only guy who's considered what they call a force player that wasn't drafted is Hunter Dimmick, which we picked up undrafted. Hunter Dimmick is my training camp sleeper.
Amen.
Yes,
that is a good pick.
That's my dude.
Solid pick right there. I like that one.
He's an undersized pass rusher, and I expect to see some flash.
Well, I think he'll make it.
So we're talking training. What we're expecting some training camp, right?
What do you expect to see when basically the pads come on? Training camp, how you want to see it?
Placement quarterback.
After quarterback, because we all,
Yeah.
I mean, undoubtedly our heads will go to quarterback.
Just what's the first thing you want to look to when you get out there and the first time you get to see the team, whenever that is?
It's so tough because
Which obviously
it's
they
like
have seen
fool's
yet.
gold. Training camp's like fool's gold.
It is because last year,
Like Fowler was like looking great, and
Yeah.
he went against that mountain of man in Tampa. And it was like stoned him.
It was over.
Yeah, it was all over from there.
Well, we get to see that again this year.
I wanna
We'll
see-
if he's made any progress.
I want to
He's
see
gonna do the same thing
I want to see how they're gonna.
That maybe it won't first time to see him.
I want to see how the line is going to shape up.
yes.
Who are they playing where?
Yeah.
And like who's getting reps at where? Because they're gonna probably shift it around a little bit.
I
to
do
see.
fully believe that somewhere in there's a good offensive line.
I think so. I believe if they can put the right
Yeah, because you
combination
have
together.
Tyler Shatley, Chris Reed, Blanco. Yeah, shoot, I almost forgot about that Joker. He didn't come on till way late last year, just because I don't know.
He was an injury reserve.
And I want to see the wide receivers, man.
I'm excited to see that.
I want to see D.D. Westbrook.
D.D. Westbrook.
I want to
see
see
if he's what they say he is.
I want to see Marquise Lee. I want to see Marquise Lee healthy. Could you imagine if Marquise Lee, Allen Robinson,
Hearns,
and
Jimmy
Hearns
Westbrook,
can get going?
Yep.
And then just D.D. Westbrook and Green will be. I think Rashad Green got a bad deal last year.
Yeah,
I think he was a scapegoat. He was injured, and I think he dropped 2 punts, and they shitted on him.
Yes.
You do
And-
sound like a Florida State fan.
I'm a Bulldog fan, so I'm a Georgia fan.
Man, someone say number.
All day, But let me tell you something, man. We've had some pretty good Florida State players, man. Greg Jones.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Look down, it's got some more good ones.
And Rashad Green's not one of them. So I'm fine with getting rid of him.
You don't like Rashad?
I don't like
He's
Rashad.
really hating on
Mostly,
Rashad lately.
here's the thing that happened to me. He dropped 2 punts, and they shit talked the fans immediately after.
They all shit talk the fans.
They all did.
Everyone
Yeah,
did. Robinson did. They all did.
Robinson did.
I do agree with you, though. I didn't like it when he did it. I didn't like when Robinson did it either. And
Blake actually came out and said something, but he kind of toned it down.
Blake needs to quit going out and getting blackout drunk at the fucking bar 3 days before he's got to play a football game.
And fucking guys watch.
But if you're a quarterback and you're out of the bar and all these hot blondes are just throwing, I don't know. I've never been the quarterback, so it'll be kind of hard.
Like when he got caught at a lemon bar screwing the guy's wife.
Dude, it takes all kinds.
The life, man.
Everybody's fine with it when he threw 35 touchdowns. That's what I'm saying.
If he can throw 35 touchdowns and 10 picks, man, let him screw everyone's life. I don't give a shit.
All right. Amen to that.
As long as he's in a Jaguars uniform, right?
All right. 3 celebrities that you would think of that would be Jaguar fans.
I got this article. That's a good.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty good. Scott Wilson, who was Herschel from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I knew that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And of course, Little Duval. We all know Little Duval.
Yeah.
Yes.
That goes outside.
What a shock!
Shocking. And last but not least, Bill fucking Murray.
Joe Murray is. You want to know why? Because he has Caddyshack down here.
Okay, this list sucks, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney.
Oh, I forgot about that too.
Bam!
If I could
Money.
get my top 3,
Well, he's kind of a new acquirement.
my top 3 celebrity Jaguar fans, Paul McCartney is number 1. Number 2 is Lenny from The Simpsons. He is a well-known Jaguar fan.
Huh.
And Uncle Chaps. Uncle Chaps is my favorite Jaguar celebrity, probably.
No, I guess he makes
At
celebrity
this point,
lists.
he's a celebrity.
What about
Yeah.
Jaguar dude with the hat on and shit? You know what I'm talking about? He's always out there.
Right.
So, so on another note, what are we doing for the first opening home game?
Oh, no, we're going big. I know.
We are going big.
Yeah.
Do you know we have literally like 5 weeks without a home game?
I know. It's so
Yeah, it's a long time.
How is that? How is that possible?
We barely have one in September.
And guess what?
We don't have one in September, I don't
We
think.
got one home game in September, and that's it.
And then it's
That's
done,
quite
and then
impressive,
the first week of October we don't have one either.
They're
Right?
all backloaded. We got like a.
But we have a lot at the end. So like at the end of the year. But see that's cool. So like if we can win on the road and do good on the road, the last half we're gonna have a lot of games that matter at the end.
I would
Yeah.
love to have games
At
that
home.
matter. Do you remember
How
how we
long-
had games that mattered?
I remember
Wow,
once
it's
upon a
been-
time.
Do you remember Rasheem Mathis picking off the Steelers?
Hell yes, I remember that.
Do you remember
Tell
like
me more about the
oh
good
my
days.
goodness, like
The good old days.
it
You remember
hurts.
Freddie T running all over the Pittsburgh Steelers?
You want to know one of my greatest
Up in
memories
Three
of the
Rivers?
Jaguar? One of my greatest memories of the Jaguars, I didn't even see. So, I'll tell you the story. So my buddy was getting married in Jamaica, right? And we go to Jamaica, and I'm like, man, it's the Colts, Jags, man. Damn, I want to see this game so bad. I'm in Jamaica, I can't see it, right? So we're sitting at the bar, me and my buddy, we're smoking, and we're drinking, we're in Jamaica, we're having a good time. We're like kicked back, watching the waves roll, you know. There wasn't really much rain, so we're just kind of like watching the sun, just chilling. And a couple of my buddies come stumbling out of the room and like, are you watching this? I'm like, there's like no channels. Like, what am I watching? I'm watching the sun. Like, I'm having like, oh, we're killing them, dude. They're going off. I'm like, What are you talking about? He's like, CBS Caribbean, man. Jones Drew and Freddie T got like 350 yards. It was the game Jones Drew and Freddie T went off on the Colts for like, what was it? Like,
75.
yeah, like almost 400 yards.
Yep.
I'm like, are you kidding me? So that like sticks in my head like so hard, man. They had CBS Caribbean.
Nice.
I didn't know it was CBS Caribbean.
Yeah, they had the Jags game on, like literally in Jamaica, man. Like,
Nice.
it was a trip.
So you're saying to have a good game, you need to be in Jamaica.
Let's fly to Jamaica. Like,
All right, if that's what it takes, I'll do it.
I need to spend 3 months there.
I still feel guilty about that game because that's the first game one of my friends watched with me, and that made him a Jaguars fan.
Awesome.
I'm like, yes, but no. Because now he's a Jaguar fan. And I feel bad about it because he's had to watch the last 7 years.
Is he still a Jaguars fan?
Yes, he is. He
Good
actually shipped me a Marcus Stroud jersey recently.
Aw.
And he's,
Georgia boy, all day.
There you go.
I love him as soon as they hit Teals, so it's whatever.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I'm a big Stroud fan.
Like, I'm still not a Dante Fowler fan.
But you're a Freddie T fan.
I love Freddie T.
He ran all
Who
over
doesn't
Georgia.
like Freddie T?
He ran
And
all
let's
over
wrap
Georgia.
this up. Yes, you do. Let's wrap this up with that. How the hell did he not get put on the Hall of Fame list?
Okay, here's the thing.
It'll be a long time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be over. Here's
That's
the
why
thing.
he came
Here's the
up-
thing. We're a
he
small
came up
market.
about
No one. Here's a small market. If he would have went to New England 1 year earlier and did well, and they won the
Or
Super
last
Bowl,
1 year later.
yeah, he would be there.
Well,
We're a
let me ask
small
you this.
market team, and we have 2 riders with votes. We have Sam Kavaris and we have Pete Prisco, right?
Yes.
They're getting Baselli in first.
Yep.
Baselli is the true number. He is the Jaguar that needs to go in.
He's the unquestioned one.
And that's what's hurting Freddie T. We
Freddie T
don't
is my
have
favorite.
that. Everyone hates on the Jags, man. Everyone, dude, you know the social media, what's so fucked up? Not social media, but what's so screwed up is you have all these people in the mainstream media that would say, oh, remember like 3 years ago, like, oh, Jacksonville has these blackouts. We hadn't had blackouts in like 7 years.
Yeah.
They say our stadium's this big. No, it's this big, and seats are blacked out for a reason. Like,
Because there were like
They just-
82,000. Like,
they put in our stadium when it had all the Florida Georgia seats built in extra.
for
There was no-
Yeah, for Florida Georgia, and like, oh, they
That
can't sell our stadium.
was way too big for this market. Far too big when it was built.
There's
Let
no,
me get
it's
a
sold out.
Let me get us back on Fred Taylor.
did,
real
but it was
quick.
If we can win, if we were winning, we put so many fans. Our team is like we're like what 24th in like sales, right? If you
Yeah,
look at
something
ticket
like
sales, 20, we may even be a little bit higher than that.
Yeah.
And we don't win. No, but Cleveland is. Cleveland's probably dead last. Oakland's probably they're rising.
Yeah, they're right.
Yeah, they are. Oakland is only going to be on the rise because they're
We
moving.
go to car.
Yeah, a sellout in Oakland is $52,000. So
yeah.
That's true.
But let me get you back
Yeah.
on Fred Taylor real quick. Fred Taylor had the misfortune of playing during an era of great running backs.
Some of the best.
So I think
all good teams that won Super Bowls.
yes,
But
and I think
most
he's better than a lot of his
But
contemporaries.
most of them are already in the Hall.
Do you know if you look at that? Screenshot, it shows Freddie T, and then it says "Fragile Fred" next to his name.
Yeah, it's some bullshit.
How fucked up is that? And you wonder where he got that shit from? He got that from the year he tore his fucking groin off the bone.
Yeah,
And Coughlin was such a prick, he wouldn't let him say. He was like, "He's day to day. He's day to day." They knew he wasn't going to play the
Yeah, Coughlin did not
They
do him
knew
any
it.
favors.
And they were like, "He's day to day. He's day to day." So everyone was like, "Well, he's day to day. What the fuck?" They said when his fucking groin came off the bone, it sounded like a shotgun going off. Could you imagine
God.
ripping your groin off the fucking bone?
No, I pulled it.
I'd rather not. But
Okay, ripped it completely off the bone.
Yeah, I pulled my groin before. It has been. I could.
Freddie T is a freaking legend.
Beast.
He's a mythical beast, dude. Like him
Yeah.
and Jones Drew too. Jones Drew might be
He'll
one of the best Jaguars ever.
Yeah.
Jones Drew, Freddie T.
but he'll never get in the Hall of Fame.
No, Jones Drew never in the Hall of Fame.
He didn't play long enough.
No,
He got one rushing title. We got fucking rushing
MJD's
title.
out.
my
You got
enduring
those-
memory of Fred Taylor will always be 2008 when the line was super garbage, and I just remember him just muscling his way to yards against the Colts, like just powering through people. But during the prime of his career, you had him in Jacksonville, and in the same division you had Eddie George. How much better is Fred Taylor than Eddie George?
Way better.
I think so. Statistically, they're about the same. And if you're a national reporter, you're going to look at the stats. And Fred Taylor is better than Eddie George.
How about the year the Titans we lost? I heard that ESPN was going to do a it's kind of get a little off topic. I heard ESPN was going to do, you know, they did Thunder and Lightning. Was it ESPN that did that? Who did that?
Network.
So I heard NFL was going to do a thing called the Missing Rings, and it was
We were one of them somehow.
and it was. Did they do those already?
Yeah, they did one for the 98 Vikings
So they've only done one.
and some other teams.
I heard
They might not have done it yet. I heard they were going to do a thing called the Missing Rings. They were going to do that year for us. Dude, if you're going to do something called the Missing Rings and you don't do the Jaguars and that's like saying you're not going to do the Bills, so their 4-year stretch they lost to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Like, we lost three times to one fucking team.
That 99 team, that 99
And that was the Music City Miracle. The Titans shouldn't even have been in that game. They shouldn't even have been in that game. Am I right?
No, you're right. You're fucking right.
It's
It was a goddamn forward pass.
Samari Roll was like the voodoo hex on us, man.
That's one Seminole I hate to this day.
But you want to know something? I just see the image of, and it's bad because the way he got killed. Like, I feel so bad, but it's like McNair on the 1 yard line, like stretched out. Like, they show that shit, and I can't remember like Titans fans talk shit. The Jaguars put that up like him, like this, like around the 1, like stretched out, because he was literally like this short from winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Titans were this short from winning the Super Bowl.
It's my favorite Super Bowl.
That's probably my favorite too.
We could beat anyone. We would have beat anyone.
We would have
that year.
destroyed the Rams.
We would have.
We would have destroyed the Rams.
If we could have got. That's the thing. There's some people that just got your number, man.
Yep. Some things are just not meant to be.
Or your playbook.
Freddie T needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
He needs to get there.
Yeah.
A Jaguar needs to. We don't have one person in the Hall of Fame. You know that?
No.
It'll be Baselli for
Yeah, it has to be
The Ravens hell, motherfucker.
The truth is, Baselli is probably he's probably.
You have 5 straight years where Baselli was undoubtedly the best
The
tackle.
best.
He might be one of the best left tackles in NFL history. He's definitely one of the top 10 best tackles in NFL
Fred
history.
Taylor,
How is he not in the Hall of Fame?
Because
You had what's the other guy's name who was considered the best left tackle? Like, some people say it's Baselli or him, and he was like, oh, and when they asked him, when they asked him, I don't know if it was Ogden, but they would ask him, he said Tony Baselli was the best.
but he's already in the hall.
Yeah,
That guy.
yeah.
They actually asked him about
Yeah.
it. I can't think of his name
It was
either.
Radio Road like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
If
he
you're
said,
going to put Jonathan Ogden in, put fucking Tony Baselli.
Baselli used to go in.
Yes.
The only reason Baselli's not in is because of our fucking market.
Well, that's my whole point
Yes.
with Fred, though, is if you
But
look
I
at Fred, there's a lot of debatable
Freddie had
moments.
a very good. He had a very good. Fred had a very good comment, and people were like, "Oh, he's salty." Blah blah blah. No, he has a great comment. If you look at his numbers, and you look at running backs that are in the NFL or in the Hall of Fame over him, he should be there.
yeah.
But he should be in.
That were even nominated over him. He should be in.
And I think he'll get
Sad.
more respect, especially if the team starts winning again. There's more national respect for this franchise and the city.
well, yeah.
If this team starts to win.
And I agree.
I don't know how Baselli didn't get in last year.
I
know how he didn't.
I do,
But they laid the groundwork as Terrell Davis got in. Terrell Davis' whole thing is being really great in a short career. That's
I can't wait for the next
boy.
one there.
Dude, so with this, guys, we're going to let this wrap up, and this has been the Circle Up Prowl. We'll Castify Sports. Thanks for joining us.
If this is your first time listening, then thanks for stopping by. This has been a Boldcastify production and is produced just for the people of Duval and beyond. Also, show notes and upload dates are found at boldcastify.com. Come back often and feel free to add the podcast to your favorites on Spreaker, SoundCloud, and YouTube. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and Snapchat at Boldcastify. All links are on social media. Think bold. Speak bold. Live bold. Boldcastify.
Early bird special.